Welcome students to the second module of chapter number 4, Measurement of Matter. In this module, we will be learning valency, variable valency, cations and anions, radicals and molecular mass. Valency is the number of chemical bonds formed by one atom of that element with other atoms. In 20th century, the relationship of the valency of an element with its electronic configuration was recognized. Let us see one example which you have already seen in standard 8, that is formation of sodium chloride. Atomic number of sodium is 11. Its electron configuration is 281. So, sodium atom gives away one electron to attain the octet configuration and a cation of sodium is formed. Atomic number of chlorine is 17. Its electronic configuration is 287. Therefore, a chlorine atom takes up one electron to attain the octet configuration and forms an anion of chlorine. After the give and take of electron is over, the electronic configuration of both resulting ions has a complete octet. Due to the attraction between the opposite charges of the two ions, one chemical bond is formed between Na plus and Cl minus and the compound NaCl is formed. Thus, a sodium atom has the capacity to give away one electron. Therefore, valency of sodium is 1. While a chlorine atom has the capacity to take up one electron. Therefore, the valency of chlorine is also 1. The number of electrons that are given away or taken up is always a whole number. Therefore, valency is always a whole number. Let us define the valency. The capacity of an element to combine is called its valency. The number of electrons that an atom of an element gives away or takes up while forming an ionic bond is called the valency of that element. And the electrons present in the outermost orbit of an atom are called valence electrons. Let us see some examples. Just now we have seen that atomic number of sodium is 11 and its electron configuration is 281. Atomic number of carbon is 6 and its electron configuration is 2, 4. Sodium has 1 electron in its outermost orbit and carbon has 4 electrons in its outermost orbit. Therefore, we can say that sodium has one valence electron while carbon has 4 valence electrons. Here in the chart, valence electrons and valencies of some elements are given. Under different conditions, the atoms of some elements gives away or take up different numbers of electrons. In such cases, those elements exhibit more than one valency. This property of elements is called variable valency. Here in the table, some elements like copper, mercury, iron that exhibit variable valency are shown. Iron, that is Fe, exhibits the variable valencies 2 and 3. Therefore, iron forms two compounds with chlorine, FeCl2, that is ferrous chloride, and FeCl3, that is ferric chloride. Copper exhibits the variable valencies 1 and 2. Therefore, copper forms two compounds with oxygen, Cu2O, that is cuprous oxide, and CuO, that is cupric oxide. Mercury, Hg, exhibits the variable valencies 1 and 2. Atoms of certain element loses electrons to attain octet configuration and acquires positive charge. These positively charged ions are called as cations, while some atoms of elements gains electron to attain octet configuration and acquires negative charge. These negatively charged ions are called as anions. Let us see some examples. NaCl, that is sodium chloride, contains Na plus as cation and Cl minus as anion. MgCl2, that is magnesium chloride, contains Mg2 plus as cation and Cl minus as anion. Cations, that is positively charged ions, and anions, that is negatively charged ions, take part independently in chemical reactions and are called as radicals. Cationic radicals are also called as basic radicals and are also called as positive radicals as it has positive charge. Anionic radicals are also called as acidic radicals and are also called as negative radical as it has negative charge. Let us see some examples. NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide, contains Na plus as basic radical and OH minus as acidic radical. HNO3, that is nitric acid, contains H plus as basic radical and NO3 minus as acidic radical. Here in the table, basic radicals and acidic radicals are given with the formula. Radicals are of two types: simple radical and composite radical. Monoatomic radicals are called as simple radicals, means it contains only one atom. For example, Na plus, Cu plus, Cl minus, Fe3 plus, S2 minus, etc. Simple radicals contains only one atom. Let us see composite radicals. A group of atoms carrying charge is called as composite radicals. Means these radicals are formed by the groups of atoms. For example, SO4 2 minus, NH4 plus, NO3 minus, HSO4 minus. As you can see, the radical SO4 2 minus contains 1 sulfur and 4 oxygen atoms. As it is formed by the group of atoms, it is composite radicals. NH4 plus contains 1 nitrogen and 4 hydrogen atoms. So here it is also a group of atom. That's why it is also a composite radical. Depending on the number of charges on it, the radicals are further classified as monovalent radical, bivalent radical and trivalent radical. As the name suggests, monovalent radical means the radicals carrying a single charge on it. Bivalent radical, in this radical, the radical carries two charges on it. Tri means 3, so the radical carrying 3 charges are called as trivalent radicals. Let us see the examples now. Monovalent radicals: Na plus, Cl minus, H plus, OH minus. All these radicals carries single charge on it. Na plus has one positive charge, Cl minus has one negative charge, H plus has one positive charge and OH minus has one negative charge. So such charges or the radicals carrying single charge are called as monovalent radical. Let us see bivalent radical. The examples are Mg2 plus, O2 minus, Ca2 plus. So all the radicals which carries two charges are called as bivalent radicals. Let us see the examples of trivalent radical. Al3 plus, Au3 plus, N3 minus. All these charges carries charge 3 on it. Therefore, these are trivalent radicals. Students, you have learned atomic mass in previous module. Also, we have seen atomic masses of various elements. Now, let us learn about molecular mass. Molecular mass of a substance is the sum of the atomic masses of all the atoms in a single molecule of that substance. Let us calculate molecular mass of potassium nitrate, that is KNO3. Just now we have seen that molecular mass is the sum of atomic masses of constituent elements in that molecule. Here in the molecule of KNO3, constituent elements are 1 K, that is potassium, 1 nitrogen and 3 oxygens. Therefore, to calculate the molecular mass of KNO3, we have to take the sum of atomic mass of 1 potassium atom, 1 nitrogen atom and 3 oxygen atoms. So, we write molecular mass of KNO3 is equal to atomic mass of potassium, that is K, plus atomic mass of nitrogen, that is N, plus atomic mass of oxygen multiplied by 3. Here we have to multiply the atomic mass of oxygen by 3 because there are 3 oxygen atoms in the molecule of KNO3. Atomic mass of potassium is 39. Atomic mass of nitrogen is 14 and atomic mass of oxygen is 60. Therefore, we write molecular mass of KNO3 is equal to 39 plus 14 plus 16 multiplied by 3. Students, for atomic masses of various elements, you can refer the table of atomic masses given in the first module of this chapter. So, after adding all the atomic masses of constituent elements of KNO3 molecule, we have got molecular mass of KNO3 is 101 units. Thank you.